morning. How's everybody doing this fine morning? I just finished breakfast and everything. I switched trailers last night here in Yorkton, and so just went down the road here to the little truck stop that they got here in Yorkton, Saskatchewan. Had me breakfast on. Now I'm all good to go, right? We'll make our home tonight, or this afternoon I should say. I got 500, just over 500 kilometers, about 530 kilometers I think it is. I'll know on the second once the GPS recognizes the street, it's going to recalculate, and it's going to tell me how far it is. But yeah, like I said, we got there quite late to our pickup location there last night, and it's just here in Yorkton as well. So switched my trailers, my load was ready, sitting ready there in the yard, so just had to do the trailer switch, and here I am. And now we'll put the hammer down going home. We'll be taking a 2-day probably off, 2 days. I'll take Wednesday and Thursday off probably. I booked the truck into the shop. I want to get my water pump changed, and I would like to get my air tank replaced, the wet tank. We discovered a while back already that it was just a regular air tank, it wasn't a wet tank. So I am going to replace that, because that's where the water builds up, and that's where the air dryer takes the water out. And I've been having problems for the last 2 winters with my airlines freezing up because there's so much water in the lines, eh? And that is not good, especially when it gets super cold and you got your airlines freezing up and all that. And that's the last thing you want to have happen, you know. The first winter I went ahead and replaced the air dryer. I thought it was the air dryer causing it, because it can't do that if the air dryer isn't working right. It can't do that, but it wasn't. And then last winter I didn't know what to do, because I already replaced the air dryer and I didn't know what it was. And all of a sudden this last summer I was climbing around underneath the truck there. I was doing oil change and that stuff, and I was checking it out, because I figured it's getting closer to winter, you know. So I would see if I could find something. And I'm looking at the air dryer and looking at the lines that go to the air tanks, and all of a sudden I discovered one air hose that was going towards the front of the air tank, but it wasn't connected. It was just, you know, bent over and a zip tied around there, you know, to keep it shut. And so then I right away knew, well, there's got to be something wrong with it, eh? So I took it into the shop, my mechanic where I usually get my stuff done, and told him to check it out, and he did. And he went ahead and hooked up the airline just to where we usually drain the water, and then my compressor kept running, it wouldn't shut off. So then he checked it out, and he stuck a wire all the way through the air tank, and he discovered it didn't have a wall in there, and a wet tank is supposed to be a split tank. It has a wall in the center of the, well, I don't know if exactly in the center, but it's got a wall in between the tanks. So then we knew what our problem was. So I said, well, in the summer it's no problem, I can always just drain the water, right? But in winter it freezes, or it gets into my system completely, you know, and then I have airline problems, you know. So I was going to get it changed there a couple of weeks ago already, but it ended up being that I got home every weekend. So, and on the weekend it's impossible to get into a shop. So well, I guess it's not impossible, but if you want to get a lot of stuff done, like bigger tanks and stuff like that, like changing the water pump, that's at least a 4-hour job. and then this is probably another 2-3 hour job. You know, they got to take out all the batteries because the batteries are sitting right on top of my air tanks. They got to take all the batteries off in the battery case and then replace the air tank, you know. And then I want to get my clutch adjusted. I have a manual clutch, so I got to manually adjust it, and I always get my mechanic to do that. And so yeah, we'll get all of those things done, and then I should be good to go for the winter, I hope. Keep my fingers crossed, you know, that I'll be good to go. But yeah, we got some nice sunshine today, and the GPS says it's 517 kilometers till we get home. That's not bad. It'll be a 5.5 hour drive probably. So we should be home early afternoon. So I'll get to spend the evening with the wife and kids yet, you know. I'll get to enjoy that, and then I'll have Wednesday and Thursday off and have the truck in the shop. Well, once I get home, I'll probably go fuel the truck up and wash the truck, get all the salt off from all this week of driving in snow and slush and ice and all that stuff. You know, in Ontario they put a lot of salt on the roads, so we'll get all of that off before we get the truck in the shop, and then we'll see what we will do in the next couple of days. But I got to do some catching up with my videos yet. I only have videos put up right now till Thursday, and today is Tuesday, so I gotta work on those videos, get them all up to date, catch up with those. In Canada I can't really do much with them because very few places that have internet here in Canada. So, and in the United States I have internet through my phone, so I do it that way, but up here I don't have a lot of options. So yeah, so I guess we'll put the hammer down, or we are already, but we'll probably not be stopping much, I think, by the time we get home. But yeah, so we'll see what the day will bring us. Hopefully we have an interesting day today. Hopefully you guys are having a good day too. So far I am. I was really happy to see that my load was ready there last night, because I was talking to a couple other drivers there last week, and their loads weren't ready, so I was really lucky to have my load ready, so that way I could just do this trailer swap and get out of there, you know. But yeah, so we'll be back a little bit later. Alrighty, I have made it to Steinbach. Just finished doing all my paperwork, dropped my trailer here at the yard, and everything is done. So now I'm going to go home and say hi to the kids and hug them and everything like that, you know, the kids and the wife. And then I'm going to go pick up my son, and we'll go wash the truck, get all the salt off, and then after that I'll probably go drop the truck off at my mechanic, so he has it in there for tomorrow, so he can do all the stuff that he needs to do, all the stuff that I want to get fixed, you know. So yeah, it's been a really super good trip. I got 4,447 miles in this trip. That's a really good trip. I am very happy with this trip. I had 3,100 miles in the last trip. That's going to be, I think, a really nice paycheck. At least I think so. And yeah, so we'll go home and go all that stuff. Probably spend a few $1,000s on the truck the next couple of days. But those are all necessary things in order to make money. We need to maintain the truck. And actually, I think it's perfect timing that I go get this air tank changed, because just as I was coming into Steinbach, I think there was enough moisture again in the tanks that my one tank is the air pressure is dropping in it, and that means that the lines are frozen. So I think it's just about perfect timing that I go get this air tank changed, so that way they can take all the water out of there and get my whole system working the way it's supposed to work, and then hopefully from that point on I will no longer have problems with having a lot of water in my air tanks, because I currently don't have a wet tank, and so that is supposed to take the water out. So once I get this done, hopefully that problem I will no longer have, and also I'll replace my water pump, and then I shouldn't be leaking antifreeze anymore. Well, it only leaked when it was cold, when the engine was shut off for a couple of, I don't know, maybe all depending on how cold it is outside. But if I had it sitting out at home on the yard for a day or so, and really cooled off, then it would be leaking. So, but when the engine was warmed up, it wasn't leaking. So, but it was leaking pretty bad already when it was leaking. So, time to change that and some other small stuff. So we'll get all that changed tomorrow and the day after. I'll give the guy 2 days so he can do all that stuff, and then we should be good to go for a while, right? At least I hope so. And yeah, so we'll go home, we'll do our things, and then we'll be back later. Here we are, just finished washing the truck, and we're rolling down Main Street in Steinbach, Manitoba. Yep, look at all these beautiful Christmas trees that they got here on Main Street. I love the beautiful colors around Christmas. Puts you right into the Christmas spirit. Oh yeah. They had some nice calendars, hey? Huh? Yeah. So grab us a couple of calendars. Now we're gonna go home and have ourselves a bite to eat, and then we'll see what we'll do then. I think we'll bring the truck away yet to our mechanic, and we washed it all real nice and clean, so there's a lot less ice on the truck now. So it should be more comfortable for him tomorrow having the truck in the shop. Not as much ice dripping off of there, ice and salt. So